Hi, this is Michael Rubin, and we've been talking about modes and how they relate to positions, and we looked at the second position. We said that the Mixolydian mode, the key of G, using the notes from the C major scale, works well on the C harmonica. So now let's think about third position. Now if you look at the circle of fifths, and you start on the note C, or the key C, and use that as first position, and then goes clockwise one time up a fifth to G, that's second position on a C harp, the key of G, and you go up a fifth clockwise one more time to D. D is third position on a C harmonica. Now, if you took the C major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, but started on the note D, because D is third position on a C harmonica, you get the notes D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. This can be called the second mode of the C major scale, but it is also named the Dorian mode, D-O-R-I-A-N. So if you play D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, and only those notes, that's the Dorian mode. Now, the Dorian mode, in order for it to work, you have to tell the band to play in the key that has the same name as the root of the scale that you've just created of the mode. So since the new mode starts with the note D, or the tonic, you'd have to tell the band, play in the key of D. Now, if you played in the key of C, it wouldn't sound like third position Dorian playing. It would still sound like first position, the key of C. So the band has to play in the key of D for this to work. But you have to take it one step further. The band has to play in one of the feelings that Dorian creates. Dorian has two flavors. Number one, it's minor or sad. So you would have to tell the band, play in the key of D minor. If you just said play in the key of D, and they played a D major song, your D Dorian scale wouldn't sound like it fit with that song. So then, the other flavor is a blues, a bluesy flavor. So if you said to the band, play a blues in the key of D, you could use the D Dorian scale and you would sound good. Now, blues and minor are a little different, and we'll talk about that later, but there's something, basically, you should know that there are two kinds of blues. There's a major blues that uses major chords when the rhythm players play, and minor blues that uses minor chords when the rhythm players play. Okay. Now this scale, the Dorian scale, sounds good over both kinds of blues. So if the band says, let's play a blues in D minor, you could play using third position, the D Dorian scale, and you would sound good. But if the band said, let's play a blues in D, by omitting the word minor, they are signifying that they're playing a blues in D major, where the chords are major. The rhythm chords are major. And so you could still use the same scale, the D Dorian scale, would still work. So whether or not they say let's do a blues in D minor or D major, the D Dorian scale is going to work. Now, let's start off by playing a minor feeling. So I've set up my rhythm tracks to play a minor song in the key of D. So a song in the key of D minor. So I might say to my band members, play in D minor. And this is what they might do. Now, just as kind of a preview, I mean, we're going to talk about this a long time from now. There's more than one way to play minor. There's more than one way that the rhythm players play chords, and there's more than one type of minor scale. The Dorian scale is only one type of minor scale, and it doesn't always sound the best for every type of minor chord progression. However, it's a good place to start. So getting used to saying, okay, I'm going to play, they said D minor, I'm going to play third position Dorian, and seeing if it sounds good. And if it doesn't, you need a little more theory to figure out what sounds good, or you can use your ear to figure out, hey, this note is the one that sounds bad. I'm not going to play this note. So, we've told the band play in the key of D minor. We've got a C harp. The notes in the D Dorian scale are all the notes from the C major scale. So D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. These are all white notes on the keyboard. Any blow note on a C harmonica without bending or overblowing is a white note on the keyboard. Any draw note on the C harmonica without bending or overblowing is a white note on the keyboard. 2 double bend is F, 3 double bend is A, and 10 single is B. Those are going to be the notes I'm going to focus on, and every now and then I'm going to hit a D note because I'm in the key of D. So I'm going to say, look, I know what key we're in. I'm playing the root note of the key, or the tonic note of the key. And so I'm going to hit a D note every now and then. 1 draw, 4 draw, and 8 draw. Here I go. Now I'm going to throw some bends in. I'm going to let it run for a verse and you take a turn. Okay, now, what if we don't have a C harmonica? What if we got another key? So I've got an A harmonica. Let's go back to the circle of fifths. A will be first position. Go Go clockwise 1 time and get to E. That's second position. That's not what we want. Go clockwise 1 more time. B. That's third position. So if I have an A harmonica, third position is B. Now the notes in a B Dorian scale happen to be B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B. That's tough to remember, and it's tough to find on the A harp. Where the heck are those notes? However, the relationship between the D Dorian scale to the C harp, where the notes are on the D scale on the C harp, is the same as the B Dorian scale on the A harp. So again, any blow note, any draw note, 2 double, 3 double, and 10 single, and I am good to go. So I'm going to set up my rhythm tracks to play in the key of B minor, and it's playing. And every now and then I'm throwing in a note that's not in the scale just because of my muscle memory. Like I think I threw in a sixth bend. You know, in general, any note works. You know, the one note you're not supposed to play during a minor song is the major third, the third note from the major scale that has the same name as the key you're in, which in third position would be 2 single bend, 5 overblow, and 9 blow bend. So as long as you're avoiding those notes during a minor chord, a minor scale, you're doing good. But right now we're trying to be strict to just play notes from the Dorian scale. So now I'm back to my C harmonica, and I'm going to tell him to play a blues song in the key of D major. And the way I do that, I don't have to say the word major. I can just say, play a blues in the key of D. Because by omitting the word minor, I'm telling him that I want a major blues. So I've got my rhythm tracks set up. Whoa! And I got my D Dorian scale, same notes, different chords by the rhythm players, and it's going to sound bluesy. Okay, let me play it one time so you can jam on it. We've got our C harps, blues in the key of D, using the D Dorian scale. Okay, and if you took your A harp and told the band to play a blues in the key of B, boy, third position on the A harp, you could play the same holes and it would sound good. Alright, so I will see you next time, and we will work on the last mode that I consider useful, the Aeolian mode. Alright, thanks very much.